Whoa.
Okay, I'm recording
okay,
right now.
I just got, okay.
You got the message? All right, did you do
Yeah,
the thing?
here it is. Okay. Yes, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am. Joan, thank you so much for coming back to the podcast.
Thank you for asking me.
I went back. You got it at least 7 times. At least 7 times.
What do you mean? No.
Yeah.
We only did 2.
Oh, you got to go back.
Oh, and then there was the one where everybody gave you your anniversary message. That one.
Then we had the live one. Then
what live one?
When we was at the brewery. Yeah.
Oh, that was. I didn't know that was part of the. You were using it.
I'm counting it. I'm counting it.
Okay.
So
I forgot about that.
I want to do this. Especially this is a little weird. We're doing the COVID ones. We got the mics. And I'm doing this like, I've said this to you off mic a lot of times, and we're going to get emotional to start off. You have been rocking with us since day numero uno, day 1, Joan. You have always been great. You have always had something going.
Stop blowing smoke up my ass.
I can't not do that. You my girl. You know how we get down, and you've been here since day 1. Hands down, a homegrown talent that I am slobberingly grateful that you always have found a way to come on this podcast and talk about whatever. If it's just us chopping it up, if it's us talking about our favorite British TV shows. Luther is coming back for a 3rd reboot, apparently.
No.
Apparently they don't have the money for Idris. My girl.
No.
Hey, it is what it is.
No, I mean, they couldn't do it without him.
They find it.
And I thought they'd close that book because at the end of the last one, he went down.
Spoiler alert. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. If there's anybody out there that doesn't know Luther by now, you don't want.
It's your fault. Hold on. Since you've been here, I want to give everyone if this is your first podcast, this is your first time meeting Joan, and we're gonna do the proper introductions or whatever. That's my friend. So we gonna jump into this. But when we first, I want to say second appearance, I guess, on a podcast, there was this budding young actress named Tatiana Maslany from
Orphan Black. Yeah, you were always trying to get me in. And I did watch the first season.
On a crusade to get you to watch that show.
I did. We talked about this. Yeah,
yes, we did.
I did see, but I didn't keep going with it. I mean, I stopped right there.
I'm showing you the progression of how near and dear you are to my heart by using this young lady. Not only was she a virtual unknown in that show, they have took a series, what it went like 5 seasons. Then they rebooted it with her. And now she's like She-Hulk in the Marvel universe. And she's done.
Oh yeah, I heard something about a big role, but I didn't know what it was. Okay, that makes sense.
My whole point for saying
I mean, if you can't judge her by the work she in the little time I spent with that show, if you can't judge her by the work on that show, then you just don't know what acting is.
I don't know what to tell you.
Because that's how much the network or whoever, because it's a Canadian show, right?
At the time it was BBC, yeah.
Okay, so it's like how much they believed in her, because if this show didn't work, it would be because of her.
She was damn near every character.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. If someone can show you that much of a range and still keep the story and also the writing, keep the story intriguing and keep you wanting to be in the head of this character. Mm-hmm. No matter who she is.
My whole point for bringing all that up.
But still, I didn't keep up with it. I'm sorry.
Come on. All right. It was a pandemic.
Sorry. No.
This is the first time in history I'm caught up on Netflix. I had a pandemic. All right. Joan, all of that is just a long-winded way. I can be long-winded sometimes.
Okay.
It's a long-winded way to say, I love you, thank you. Oh, by the way, this guy behind me.
Yeah, he's just wild.
He wasn't even born yet when you first got on the podcast. He wasn't born yet.
Damn, has it been that long?
You know me?
Well, Chuck, how old are you?
I am 8 years old.
Oh, Jesus.
So you have been rocking with us for at least 9 years.
Yeah, I'm old.
Hey, don't get it twisted. Let these grades fool you. I'm old too. But with all of that, okay. All right, John. Hold on.
Now, I have a question for you because I don't want you to get in trouble with the way the DMCA is up everybody's ass. Can you hear any music in the background right now while we're talking?
No.
Okay, good.
All right.
Because I am listening to Billy Joel again.
All right, okay.
So as long as you can't hear that, because sometimes like the way DMCA is, even if that's faintly heard in the background, you could get hit with a DMCA and you'd have to take down your podcast or you get a copyright hit. That's how stupid they are with shit now.
Oh, they get hyped.
Excuse me,
Hold on. But this is where it gets interesting. That was a long-fisted introduction of my love for my friend Joan.
Oh, Jesus.
Please, Joan Stevenson, you got it. It's yours. Plug away all things, my friend Joan. Tell me where you're going to be.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Go ahead, girl. Like this your first time meeting me.
Well, no. This is something for a lot of people that's kind of taken off in the last year because they've been stuck inside the house. And I don't care, people, there is kind of a stigma with this when you tell people, I am a game streamer on Twitch.
Yes, you are.
I stream on Twitch and I also do singing streams. I try to do one singing stream a month. And that's on all platforms, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Well, I don't know about Facebook sometimes, but yeah. That's basically it. I still have my, I ramped what I do. The other side thing I do into a business is that I record, hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on. I record, background tracks for drag performers.
Yes, you do.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted. I didn't know if you knew any of that. I thought
I'm going to give you an inside secret.
You said, yes, and
you've been here so many times.
I ramped.
Not only have I not written down notes, I wanted to chop it up with you. I have a lot of your stuff in my memory.
Oh Jesus.
You act like you're not family here, girl.
There are so many other things to talk about.
Okay. I want to talk about the Twitch. I want to talk about your gaming. I want to talk about when you sing, and my favorite part of when you sing. We all know you got skill. We all know you can sing. And this is, let's open. I'll start with this.
Okay.
I am a tad bit jealous, a little bit, baby jealous.
Why?
Because in between songs, you tell these awesome stories about maybe somebody asks you a question, you've lived a life.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat. People, And it's the platform that I would have had if I had a cabaret circuit thing.
Yeah.
Because it was the same thing. I used to perform at Menjo's in Detroit on Tuesday evenings, and it was like, it was my own little thing, and it was just sitting and talking with the audience and telling them the stories, because sometimes they may ask me a question, or sometimes here's my reason for singing the song. I may have a set list, but if I deviate from I may feel like singing something else. And sometimes, especially with the Broadway music, I want to tell the story of the character. That's what I love about, because that's my main wheelhouse is Broadway. what interests me in a song, when a song interests me, I'm like, whoa, I will stop. What is this? Let me hear this. Let me hear this song. And then I automatically want to find out, okay, if I don't know the show, what show did this come from? What is the situation? You know, get the story of the music so I find out who this character is and what their reason is behind this beautiful piece of music.
And the cool thing about that is,
and I just feel compelled to tell people that.
and I'm
especially
glad you do.
People who aren't Broadway people, they don't, you know, that's a pretty song. What is that from? And then they'll ask me off, you know, when I'm not singing, and then I'll tell that story. So I just start telling those stories on stage.
And quite honestly, I'm a bit of a Broadway nerd to some degree.
Yeah.
To some degree, I'm not in your realm, but I can.
I'm not that high up.
I could do a few. I could do a few of the Broadway stuff, mainly because of my upbringing. One of my first jobs, I was an usher at the Masonic Temple Theater.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Since I was 14, I was there in the black and white watching Broadway performances. As of last Friday, I'm 37 years old. I still work there. I still watch these performances. I still see these things. And I can hold my own in the conversation, but I'm not at your level. So when you break down these stories, like, I'm intrigued by it. And when I said I was baby jealous, the reason being, I'm like, this woman has lived a life, and all you got to do, and I don't know the strings to pull to get these stories up out of you. And I did it inadvertently in the last.
No, I do that all the time. I do that
in
all
your
the time now.
in the stream that you had when I was commenting, and I talked about the voice, and I was like, wait, whoa. I said that jokingly.
Oh yeah, and then
you told that story.
Yeah, about the audition and all that.
And the
I actually
first thing I said was,
I actually found
back.
my pass the other day. Hold on, can I send you a picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Put it in the
See,
chat.
that's another benefit to doing it on Zoom as well. It's like, okay, picture. Let me see.
So I got the chat up. So when we do these podcasts, I want, like, you are an awesome storyteller because you lived a life. So I would like to ask, how do I say this? You are a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there. Let's start with the Twitch gaming.
Okay.
And when you game, do you have a favorite game? Tell me a little bit about it. What made you want to go on Twitch and start gaming? Because that seems to be the gateway with everybody on Twitch.
Okay. That's a weird. You may not want to hear. That's a long fucking story because I'm still trying to piece together myself.
We got time, bro.
Hold on, let me. I need to figure out how to do this picture thing here. Does it read it from? Oh, I have to send it to my Google Drive. Okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm not quite used to using.
Get out.
Using wait. This is okay. That's the button. File. Dropbox.
All right, one of the.
I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself. So go ahead.
Well, it's cool because one of the people who watch you on Twitch, he has not commented. I deleted his comments. It's my son Charles, who has been chomping at the bit just to say hi to you. I didn't send him away a couple times.
Oh, he watches my stream? Or you talking about my stream? Oh, okay.
All right, you got 2 seconds. Say hi, tell her your favorite game, and walk away. Dad is working.
All right, so
You're gonna say hi.
Hi.
Look at the camera.
Hi, I'm Charles McLean, and
Hi, Charles.
And my favorite video game is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Okay, that's a good game.
And I played that game for so long, and I will never, ever stop playing it. Even though my dad begs me to stop. You
gotta take a break sometime. You can't play all the time. You gotta eat. You gotta sleep. You gotta decompress. Like relax. Have a snack. Maybe watch some TV or something. Watch a cartoon or something.
The breather.
All right, go give that to your mom.
Bugs Bunny. No, not the new Bugs Bunny. The old Bugs Bunny. The one I grew up with.
He has been itching just to say that to you because he watched you play on Twitch. And quite honestly,
I don't watch you play on Twitch.
he has been all Smash Brothers everything.
Okay.
And
yeah, some people really like that. I was never a big Nintendo person.
Charles.
I was never a big Nintendo person.
But what he's doing is, when he watch you, he would try to get you to play Smash Brothers. But the problem is, I have disabled his comments. I've disabled all. He's 8. You know, who's creeps on the internet.
Well,
so
I'm not a creep.
No, not you. But I'm just saying overall. So I disable all the comments and everything like that. So he's watching, but he's telling me all the stuff he just said to you. Like, his favorite game is this, when you're going to play this, when you're going to do that. I'm like, dude, chill. So with that said, when you play, I can't believe this is journalism 101. When you play, what got you into being, like, he's 8, but what made you want to, share your love for gaming with, well, pretty much the world?
6 of 1. I've been gaming all my life since the 80s. My first video game, and I'm going to age myself, and I don't give a shit. My first video game was Pong. Not the home version of Pong. We never had that. I'm talking about Pong where you had to go and put a coin in the machine. Pong.
Wow.
Okay.
And hey,
I was a arcade rat in the 80s. I was down to the point where I could walk into, arcades were popping up all over neighborhoods, small mom and pop ones, and a couple of the ones in my area were actually pretty good. I could walk into one of those with, on a good day, $20 and be there all day. On a bad day, $5 and be there, maybe about 4
Which
hours.
one? Which I have to ask, because, you're talking about aging yourself. Look at these grades. The first system I had in my house was in television.
See, I never had it. And I'll tell you my system story. My system beats yours as far as age.
Go on.
Because no one's ever heard of it. The only one I ever had, I had a Magnavox Odyssey 2.
Woo!
KC Munchkin, the Pac-Man ripoff. So yeah, that was what I had. But I didn't have very many games, and I didn't go outside of that. I think I may have known maybe 2 people that had an Atari. I think I knew one person that had an Atari and somebody else had it in television, but they never really played with it much because the control, especially in the television controllers, were terrible on your hands. But
right. Yeah,
I didn't play with it much, and then I was done with it. But when PlayStation came out,
that's how you do it.
That shit changed.
I got to know. What was your game of choice? PlayStation. Top 3. Top 3.
The original PlayStation. I wish I still had it. And the first horror game. Or was it? Yeah, I think. Because I think Resident Evil came after that. The first.
There we go.
No. Resident Evil. I never finished it because I was like bored with it. I don't think I ever went past the part with the dogs that crashed through the window and all that. I'm serious. It just bored me to death. Now here's the other story that I wish I still had this game today because it's fucking expensive to find. Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I used to play Silent Hill. Now here's the thing. I'm the kind of person that when we grew up, we did watch TV in the dark when we were growing up, and I never really liked that as an adult. I'm like, no, if you're going to a movie theater, you're in the dark. That's one thing. At home, no, you turn the fucking lights on. I mean, screw that. But Silent Hill, I knew right away that this was going to be a trip game. I always play this game in the dark. I've only done that. That's the only other time I've done that in my life where I just wanted to sit in the dark with, I know what's probably going to fuck me up. Yeah. Is the TV show Millennium.
Okay.
I used to watch that in the dark.
I remember that.
So yeah, Silent Hill was it. And I wish I had a copy of that today because trying to find a copy of that on eBay now. On the low end 200, on the 5 and high end 1,000. There's a couple of games that I used to have, or
I had
some of those
Silent
old
Hill.
PlayStation 1 games, man.
I got Silent Hill when it first came out, and it was fine.
Yeah, see, mine was secondhand. I didn't get it until later.
I got it now, knowing what I know with eBay. I kind of want to throw
like
myself down a flight of stairs,
right?
Because I had it,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that, when you say Resident Evil, all right, I'm not asking you to do this. I'm merely going to say something. Now, if it piques your interest, that's between you and your guy. But Resident Evil was so good to the point, as of today, the 8th of, as of this recording, the 8th of July 2021, Netflix has a 4-part series.
Oh, yeah. The
Based
Resident Evil thing, yeah.
On that same graphics, though. It's the same graphics from way back
it's supposed to be like the original source material and not that Hollywood shit they dished out. That would be nice. I'd like to see a Silent Hill that way. Now, a lot of people hate on the Silent Hill movie. The first movie, I think, while it not being for all the purists, and there are Silent Hill purists, believe me, and these movies clearly define them, but when overall it captures the spirit of the game visually. In a couple of places it doesn't exactly go along with the original story, the original canon of the game. It varies slightly, and the purists couldn't deal with that. But for me, I enjoyed the game. I love the game, and I only played through it once, and I know there are multiple endings. I've only played through it once. I was just not that hardcore into it as a lot of people are, so I didn't mind it. I thought it was beautiful. Now the second movie, I think, is a little trash. Oh, don't ask me why.
No, the second movie was a cash grab.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not necessarily a purist. I want to make that plain.
Yeah.
I know what it is, but I always give like, all right, creative license says you can do this, that, and the third. So I'm a little lenient with the rules. But that second Silent Hill was nothing but, hey, how much money can we get from these guys?
Right, exactly.
So I wanted to talk about your Twitch as far as the gaming, because a lot of the things you do on Twitch, it's cool, and I'm going to walk a line here. And I saw something, and it died down, but I don't know how comfortable you are talking about this, that girls in gaming, when we sit down and talk about purists, there are always a few assholes who come out and just like, girls don't know how to game and blah, blah, blah. And then that shows up. You have done a tremendous effort to shut that shit down immediately.
Oh, yeah. It's just, it's like,
I just don't get it.
My chat is my world. I don't even, well, it's the internet generation. They grow, we can do and say whatever we want, and there's no repercussions for it, Yeah. I blame social media, but and lack of parenting, but I don't care. It's like you want to talk shit, do it somewhere else. Get the fuck out of my chat.
Now, here's something, and I
don't suffer. This is the one place in life where I don't have to suffer fools. So
that's true.
Oh,
but I have been talking about this on the podcast for a while. My new gaming system that I have adopted wholeheartedly, I welcome with open arms. I love it. Love is a strong word. That's why I use it. Is the Oculus.
Okay, I've never done virtual reality.
Oh, let me put it like this. There is a level of, because it is like fake world or fake reality, there's a level of accountability I've never gotten on any other platform, because I used to play Xbox a lot, and I would go online and I would play. And,
you're an Xbox person.
Yes, I am. And I would go online and I would play, but in the chat, there's always that one asshole who just wants to be that guy.
Well,
I
back
don't
then
know,
the rules were different. I mean, there were no rules.
but in the virtual reality world, it's still a video game,
Yeah.
but I can see you. So there is a level of ramification. In a weird way, Joan, if you say something out of the way, Avatar me can punch you in the face.
Yeah, but
I
the other
can.
person wouldn't really feel it. Yeah. Unless they were actually in the room with you, the other person wouldn't really feel
So
it.
it's this weird level of accountability because, you know, when you're just talking,
You're physically in it.
you're physically in it.
Yet you're surrounded. I would like to try it just to say that I've done, just to see what it feels like, you know, because I've seen people do it. The one thing about VR that really impresses me, there's a game called Beat Saber.
I love that game. That is my go-to.
I watch because I've seen streamers do it.
I'm playing it after this interview.
There, but I want to see. I see what, you know, the third person, but I've seen some videos of the first person.
Yes.
What you would actually see. I'm like,
okay.
I'm trying to keep up with.
I
remember trying to keep up with fucking Guitar Hero. There is no way.
I got to be honest. I'm playing Beat Saber after this interview. I'm going to make it plain. I'm making it plain. But there are levels in Beat Saber where you could go what they call like 90 degrees, where the beats come to you and you just got to hit it. But there's another one called 360, where everything's around you. And you've seen it on my Facebook. My wife has put many videos of me playing Beat Saber. I look like the slow kid that you avoided in school because that they don't see what we see. So in Beat Saber, I would do it, and I feel proud of myself to even say this talking to you. I have just now made it to the Interscope levels.
Okay.
So now I'm playing like things like Kendrick Lamar, and where it's just it's essentially a workout at this point. It's not
right. That's another benefit to it. That's also a benefit to it.
When you look up in the VR world, you have a monitor on you, and it says like your cardio, what you've done.
Oh, really?
Have you lost a couple pounds?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, you can look that up. So, or you know, you can play the game like normal. One of the things, shout out Mike. What's up, my boy Mike? He's in Antioch, Tennessee. I went and saw him over the summer, but one of the ways we keep up with each other is the Oculus.
Okay.
So we're
like VR chat or something.
Yeah, not just chat. Here's where it gets with the chat. Every Tuesday around 8:00. We'll team up and we'll go fishing. They have this game called Bait.
Okay.
And in Bait, what happens is you go and just how me and you are talking right now, me and him will be talking, but our avatars are on the lake. We're fishing.
Right.
We're still playing the game.
Right.
And
no, I understand. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's cool because I don't think we ever went fishing in real life. We always talked about it, but it was just always like, all right, we'll get to it. And it never happened.
Fishing in games is so fun, though. That's one of my favorite things to do in Far Cry, because I used to go fishing when I was a little girl. Far Cry 5, because it's set in Montana. So big skies, lakes, rivers, and they're full of fish, and you can actually, get weighed in, cast, and I know it's just kind of nice to do.
Yeah,
it's kind of a nice break from all the killing and the mayhem.
But I tapped out.
The sun is shining bright, but the visuals are very, very, very beautiful. I mean, big sky, trees, lakes, clear blue lakes. It's just nice.
I tapped out of Far Cry.
Playing cool like San Andreas.
After 3. I did tap out of Far Cry because I always wanted more. I know.
Here's my Far Cry story. Everybody has a Far Cry
Please
story.
go on.
My first game was Far Cry 5.
Really?
I knew about the franchise. I used to work at a GameStop, so I mean, I knew about.
What you talking about?
I knew of the franchise and all that, but I just never got into the games or anything at all. But
I worked at GameStop for 8 years. What you talking about?
Oh Jesus! Yeah, I didn't stay that long. I was only there for like a holiday. I was a holiday hire.
Oh, can I ask? I know. I want you to finish your story. I have to ask this question. Because every holiday hire, I have to ask this question.
Oh, Jesus, what?
How many Christmases did you ruin?
What do you mean?
Ooh.
I don't understand.
Okay, check this out. Every holiday hire we had, right? Just by the nature of the business, you're going to run out of stuff, right? I have on record, I was there for about 9 years. I ruined at least 4 Christmases a season.
How do you do that?
Oh, I'll tell you how. You run out of something.
Put my camera closer so it looks like I'm actually looking at you instead of looking down. I don't.
It's fine. Trust me, I'm doing the same thing, and I'm having that same. Like, normally this is an audio podcast. This is going on YouTube.
Exactly.
But I ruined so many Christmases because of this. We were run out of, at the time, the hot game was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So what I would just go to work like normal, and we'd run out of the game. And one woman, we ran out of San Andreas. It just bound to happen, supply and demand. Got so mad, and she pointed at me when we ran out, and I said, "I'm sorry, man, we don't have it. We'll have it next Tuesday or what have you." And she was like, "You ruined Christmas."
People will actually say that, dude.
This was pre-Karen.
Oh, this thing is pre-Karen, but yeah, I get what you mean.
And when I got that scarlet letter of ruining Christmases,
oh God, that's terrible.
I did this. Oh shit, I could do that. And I didn't go out of my way to do it, but after that, it was like a magnet. I ruined Christmas for not having Crash Bandicoot.
Damn.
The most, I gotta be accessible game PlayStation had available.
This is true. Crash.
Ruined it.
I don't know what.
I ruined the Christmas with Ratchet and Clank. I have been.
Oh, now see.
Yes, I did. Ratchet and Clank 2. We didn't have it in.
Oh, see, no, I would have been upset about that.
She was hot, man. I remember her.
That's Ratchet and Clank, man. That's Ratchet and Clank. Man, you don't diss Ratchet and Clank, man.
Wait, were you there? That's exactly what she said. She was just like, "It's Ratchet and Clank. You ain't got it." She was so pissed. Like, not even.
I'm pissed that I can't play the new one.
It was, honestly, it was a parody of what is supposed to happen when you are angry. And she got so mad she knocked over the
smoke coming out of her ears.
You know that like Christmas display you have with all the upcoming stuff at the front of the store?
Yeah.
I don't know. POS,
like just
girl,
a rack
come
or
on.
something. Just
she
a rack
knocked it over. She got so mad she knocked it over and walked out of the door, man. She was so pissed. Sorry. I know I took it up with my story. Please.
That's sad. That's just so sad.
Hey.
People got to that point over a video game. Oh my God.
But please tell me your story. I had to get that out of my system because when you said it, I was just like, oh my God, I have ruined so many Christmases.
I can't even remember now. I'm old.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry I did that.
I can't remember what we were talking
We
about.
were talking about gaming. We were talking about PlayStation and one of your first games.
Oh, Far Cry. Yeah, that's what.
Go on. Yes.
See, there you go. Get me right on back.
Welcome back, Joe.
Yeah, no shit. Like I said, Far Cry 5 was my first Far Cry game, and I was I was watching people play it. It looked so damn good, but it was first person. I had always had a problem with first person control, so that's why I could never play Tomb Raider. That's why I gave up on Tomb Raider, because I can't. There's something about first person controls that just was just so wrong and just confused me. I couldn't deal with. So I never even tried to play another first person game ever.
Okay. You can toggle in 2, right?
And then I said,
in Tomb Raider 2, I thought you could toggle between.
No, I'm talking about the first Tomb Raider.
Okay.
That's why I never even considered going on with the game.
You never stayed long enough to find out. I got you.
Yeah. So so any other first person game, I never even bothered. I never even I just couldn't, just because the controls, I couldn't deal with the controls. And I watched this game, said, God, this game looks so good. Watching people play it, it's like, geez, and it was first person. Oh, God, do I really want to do this? First of all, spending the money for a game, games are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So if you spend $60 on a game and you don't like it, if you buy it digitally, and that's the way I buy all my games, because I don't go out to get them. But still, that's a lot of money that you're spending.
Right.
So I'm like, do I take this gamble? It's first person. You have a problem with first, or do I do this? And it's like, it looks so good. Yeah, so I did it. One of my favorite games in the world. That game. And from there, I for a while I didn't get that curious, because there was so much in that game. There's the story, then there's side missions and challenges and this and that and the other. And then they have the online component where you can actually go in and play maps that other players have created. That was awesome. When I used to stream that game regularly, I would do that every Friday night, just have a stream of me playing player created maps. But I didn't get curious until much later. I was like, okay, Far Cry, this is 5. Let's then Far Cry New Dawn came out, which was the sequel to Far Cry 5. First, Mickey and Lou, the twins. And then I went back to Far Cry 4. I said, okay, let's try it. Boom, love it. Then went back I was in the middle of playing Far Cry 3. I've never finished Far Cry 3. I was in the middle of playing Far Cry 3 when Ghost of Tsushima came out. Mm-hmm. So I never went back to Far Cry 3.
Makes sense.
Never went back to Far Cry 3, but I'm chomping at the bit for 6, because it was supposed to be out by now, twice over.
Now I'm very curious. I mean, I know your love for games. I'm trying to do it in a way of a podcaster and interviewer, but I know you. So this, honestly, Joan, I want to put it on Front Street. I love you, but you are hands down the hardest interview.
What do you mean?
Because I know your work. So I have to ask these questions that I kind of already know the answer to. Okay. And when I say you're the hardest interview, is because all I want to do is just talk to you about every last thing. But I gotta keep it rolling. I gotta keep that journalism thing going. Okay. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna ignore all of the most interesting things you just said, because this would be an 8-hour podcast. Okay. But I'm very curious. Your love for gaming. Your love for gaming. How did that transition into singing? Because that was your natural talent. When we talked in the podcast, you would do these cabarets. Yeah, I was actually actively working. Yes. Well, the pandemic shut down a lot of stuff. All right. Well, no, it was shut down before the pandemic. I hadn't been working. I'd started, like I said, I had to, over the years, I had been doing recording, home recording, and people asking me, drag performers asking me to perform tracks for them. And I started that really for nothing, and now I've turned it into an actual business. Yeah. So that's where I get to, it's the only time I get to sing. So I started singing. I've done singing streams before I started on Twitch. There was a platform, God rest its soul, called Periscope. I remember that. I met actually a bunch of singers, a group of singers through, and I've done a couple of things on there, like a round robin thing. One singer would pass it on to another, and that's how it started. And I thought that I would do that,
because I stayed on just watching people on platform, and I'd never seen, okay, we have guitar players, we have artists, we have all kinds of people broadcasting their lives. And it's the first time I'd realized it's like, oh, wow. There's a lady that I used to watch that played cocktail piano in a bar in London every day. That was her job. And she would broadcast her set. And it was like traveling the world on your couch, because I had it on my phone, the first smartphone I ever had. So it's like I'm looking at broadcasts from people in Italy. There was he was a independent film director. He used to do walking tours outside of his office near the Vatican. There was another guy in Scotland, an Irish pub, broadcasting their band sets. So it was like I missed it, but I did start singing on there for a little bit. But then things changed in my life. I was taking care of my mom, and she ultimately did pass away a few years ago, and that kind of slowed everything down, because my time spent was taking care of her. And I'm not, before anybody gets up their ass, but I'm not bitter about that, because people say, "Oh, you're just," I said, no, I mean, I love my mother. So it's like, I'm not gonna start crying. Man, I know, because I've had some people, I'm like, anyway.
No, hold on, Joan.
But everything changed after that. I didn't go out a lot. I didn't do actually the bar work had fallen off, because a lot of the bars are closed anyway.
Yeah.
The band was the only thing. I would have occasional band gigs, but the band gigs slowed down. I mean, this was way before COVID. I mean, band gigs slowed down and everything. So I didn't do any singing unless I did it for me, because I could still record. I just made a lot of recordings. And then people started asking me if I could. It's like, I don't have to go to a studio anymore. I have my own studio. So there you go. I just started doing it.
All right. And Joan, honestly, I totally understand all of that, because I mean, during this craziness, my parents passed away. And
yes,
what you do, honestly, you go wholeheartedly into whatever your thing is. Mm-hmm. And I know I've talked about it on my podcast, where I would just say, like, these are going to be some of the best podcasts you get, because I don't want to think about nothing else. Mm-hmm. So in your world, you had to do what you had to do at the time. And that's your mom. I mean, you only get one of those.
Right.
So, and as far as some of the stuff drying up, I don't think it's going to be dry for that long, personally, because of what I'm seeing. And we're only like a few weeks into it. There's this weird renaissance, a hunger, if you will, of people who just want to see things.
Yeah, because we've been cooped up all year. I've seen movies advertised with now exclusively in theaters. Yeah, that didn't happen before COVID.
Yeah, like,
so I'm not. You want to see this movie? Y'all got to get your ass out of the house. No, you don't sit at home all year and watch our movies for free, or not for free, because we charge you through the cable.
Yeah, they charge.
So,
like,
so now if you want to see this, bring your ass to the theater. Your
this Saturday,
money too, I guess. Jesus,
I'm putting it on Front Street. Let me rephrase that. I said Saturday. I mean Sunday. I'm watching UFC Saturday, but Sunday, me and my folks, me and my family, the people who just been running in the background during this podcast, we're going to sit down in the backyard. We're going to grill, and we're going to watch Black Widow.
Nice.
Because I bought a projector in the middle of this pandemic, and I got a Fire Stick. I got Disney Plus.
Okay, there you go.
We're gonna grill. We're gonna sit down.
Hey man, you shouldn't say that on the podcast, man. The mouse has ears.
I'm just saying, there are. How do I say this? I have Disney Plus. Wink. I also have a Fire Stick.
Nudge.
Wink. I don't know what streaming service I'm going to use on Saturday. Wink. Yeah.
Now that we've gotten that out of the way.
I don't know a thing about product placement, says a guy who's wearing exclusively Reebok stuff in the middle of a video pocket. Why is he wearing so much Reebok stuff? I don't know. Shout out to Reebok. Go to samshownation.com. Click the Reebok link. They happen to be a sponsor. Wink.
It's perfect.
I'm just
It's
saying.
perfect.
And I got to be honest. Paramount Plus is a sponsor. Come with some heat, guys. I want to talk about that shit too. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, Paramount Plus. Oh, everybody's guilty. Everybody's guilty. They even got me.
Yeah, Paramount
They even
Plus.
got me. No, not Paramount Plus. I mean the
Sponsor.
pay for content company. One of them finally got me, and that one was Peacock.
Oh, you got Peacock?
It was free, but because I thought wait. Let me tell the story. It was free.
Go on.
It started off as free because I found out you could watch back seasons, all the episodes of Law and Order SVU, and that's my jam. So I wouldn't have to pull out a hard drive. I could just put.
Yeah.
Because I've got a few back seasons. I love that show, and it turned out it was only the first 2 seasons, but you could watch all of Criminal Intent.
Okay.
For free. But SVU past the 2nd season you had to pay for, and Peacock is only $5 a month.
That's fair.
Even me with my broke ass, and I am broke ass, okay, can afford $5 a month.
That's fair.
So boom, yeah, and got in there just Law and Order SVU, just in there with it. The only other thing, and there are so many benefits. It is a steal. I'm a shill. So shill with all the content that they offer. But I'm like, the only other thing I've ever watched on it is that one little sitcom. It's kind of cute. It's a sitcom called Girls 5 Up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's who are the people? The one person, everybody knows this name, but I don't know. Busy Phillips.
Yeah.
Sarah Bareilles, the singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Sarah Bareilles. Renee Elise Goldsberry from Hamilton. She was also Evangeline Williamson on One Life to Live, because that's where I know from. And the other girl, I don't know. It's a parody of a Spice Girls back in the 90s, where they were like the Spice Girls. That's the best thing you can compare them to. Like back, how hot the Spice Girls were, a big pop group, but now it's like 40 years later, and everybody, we don't sing no more. We all go back to our lives and blah 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 and all this. But a rapper, now this is where it's like kind of realistic, because shit like this has happened. A rapper samples their biggest hit in his current rap, and because of that, because social media,
right,
and a whole generation of kids that have never heard, because you say Spice Girls to some people, it's been long enough that they don't know who you're talking about.
My son has no idea who the Spice Girls are.
See, that's what I mean. They start okay, this Girls 5 Up, they started getting popular because, again, people want to know who they are. They started buzz on social media, Twitter, blah blah, because he used a piece of their song, and all of a sudden they're being contacted. Oh, we're getting the band back together, basically, kind of a thing. And they reunite for, and here's where NBC's patting themselves on the back. They reunite for a performance with the rapper on Late Night on Jimmy Fallon. So that's the first time they've ever
connected, ain't it?
Right. It's the first time they've ever gotten together, seen each other, performed together in years, and all kind of a thing. And they're like, they did it. We had some magic here. It's like, we should keep doing this because there is curiosity. There is a market for them now. So it's like, should we? It's on the surface, it is what it is. It's a cute little sitcom about pop music in the time period and all, because it does mess with it. But it also, underneath it, they're because they're 5 women, there are women's issues,
right?
Like relationships, because a couple of them are married and have children, and things like that. So I mean, it's a whole little ball of wax. It's a cute show, but it's not just fluff. There's a little bit of a way to it, but it's fun.
I'm not gonna lie. You told me. That's the only other
thing I watch it for. And you know what got me hooked on the first? I would have dropped it at the first episode. Not bad, drop it, but I get it. It's cute. I like it.
Okay.
After the first episode, coming up this season on, and then they show you like bits and pieces. I saw a guest star. I'm like, no, okay, what episode is he in?
Who was the he?
Turns out it was the 2nd episode. Stephen Colbert.
Really?
I love my Stephen Tyrone.
Oh my God.
But he's not, the conservative. It's like he's playing this what's his Scandinavian song producer that used to be like hot back in the day. He's producing a song for them. He's like got like long white hair and a beard and everything. And like, oh my God, it's Stephen Colbert. I want to see him do more acting. I want to see him do more serious shit. He was the only time I've always seen him do comedies and some light drama, but the only time I ever saw him do heavy drama, he was actually a killer in one episode of Law and Order: Criminal Intent.
You have to. That's kind of like your rite of passage.
So I'm like, yeah, it's like the funniest people end up being, oh God, Martin Short, the goofiest man on the planet. When he was on SVU, he had the hairs in the back of my neck standing up. He had the hairs in the back of my neck standing up, but we're not even going to talk about Robin Williams.
He was so good because he was so believable.
That's the scary part. That's what I mean. The funniest people can somehow turn that upside down and become the evilest people, and you're still kind of there for it, you know?
Is it weird? Okay,
it does feel weird.
I want to ask this question. Is it weird when I watch SVU? I can't separate real life from fake life. So when I see Ice-T, like, all right, I'll give you an example. This is a real talk example, Joan. And this is just this your boy Sam.
Okay.
I am a few sandwiches short of a picnic. I get it.
We knew that going in, but what?
Earlier this week, my little Page 6 TMZ app lit up, right?
Okay. TMZ, oh God.
And Marishna Hargitay broke her foot.
Mariska Hargitay. Oh, I saw that picture. I just saw that picture today of her leg.
Yeah,
I saw that. I saw that today. Yeah.
So when she broke her foot.
I didn't know when that happened though. I thought it happened today. I didn't know.
It was a couple days ago, but the fact that she was up and moving around, I guess you crossed the photographer, and here we are. This is the world we live in right now.
Mm-hmm.
My initial reaction, and I don't know what this says about me or the world we live in, it wasn't, oh, I hope she gets better, or how did that happen, or anything.
How will they continue filming?
My immediate reaction was like, whoever did this to her is going to fucking pay. Because I'm confusing her with her character.
Yeah, you know Stabler would be dead on this.
Yes, if Stabler, girl, preach. If someone
send that dude soul to heaven because Stabler's on the way. You know what I'm saying?
Someone will not see in the next episode.
Do you watch Organized Crime? Do you watch Organized Crime?
Yeah, I'm getting into that because they brought Stabler
now that's the thing.
back.
You can binge all that if you have people.
Now, here's the thing about Stabler, where I'm on a fence with him a little bit. I love him as a character and as well, I guess now Organized Crime. I was going to say SVU, but I love him as a character. But I saw what you could have done. Like when he got his own thing, and that was when he was like the crazy guy seeing ghosts, and Patton Oswalt used to talk to him and all that other good stuff.
Oh, I think that was called Happy, and I never got a chance to see that. I always wanted to.
It's on Peacock.
I love Patton. Oh, it is? Okay, good. Because I love Patton Oswalt as well. So, yeah.
If you look,
Peacock,
I'll take it. Let me say this. If you love Patton Oswalt, and this is just the comic book nerd in me, skip Happy for a second. Please watch MODOK. MODOK.
Oh, he's the voice of MODOK?
He is MODOK,
okay.
yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
So,
I'd seen something about that, but I never went past like a headline or something. So
he is MODOK.
Oh, yeah. Anything he's in, I'll check out.
So now when he did that, and I watched Stabler, I was like, oh my God, you can do this? And then you get kind of sucked back into the Law and Order family.
Hold on. I don't have the history. A lot of people have history with him because he was in Oz on that HBO show.
Right.
A lot of people have history because I'd heard of Oz. I didn't know he was in. First time I ever saw him was Law and Order SVU.
Right. That's where he made his bones.
The first time I ever saw him do something outside of that, I was not even aware it was him because of the prosthetic makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Harold and Kumar go to White Castle?
Yeah.
You know that redneck guy with the hot wife, the ugly redneck guy.
Yeah, I remember.
That's Christopher Maloney.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
All right, I
did not know. And then he's in Harold and Kumar, the second movie. He's the Ku Klux Klan leader.
I'm going back to look at that. I got.
But the first time I saw him do something, and I didn't even know it was him until much later on the cast. Are you shitting me? Like, no. He did another thing called The Gym Teacher, but I never saw it.
I'm going back to check that out. Now, when I sit back and I watch, like, because the problem with SVU is SVU can be a drug in itself. And over this pandemic, this drug got my wife. So now she's like binging SVU. Yes, and it's kind of hard to go to sleep hearing about like the worst things that can happen to a human being. They're like, baby, can you please turn it on? I get what she's like, I just want. And here's the
he molested your daughter.
Yeah.
It's like, no, honey, I'm trying to get sleep.
and the gateway is this. She always says, all right, let me finish this one episode. No, I can't.
You can't. Exactly. You can't.
Because when you finish it, it always goes to the next one.
Exactly. Except for the occasional trailer for Chicago PD.
Okay.
But
I don't.
Which I have no interest in. But anyway.
I'm done with all the Chicago stuff with NBC. I don't know what their fixation is with Chicago. Chicago PD.
Just
Chicago
another city.
Med.
It's Dick Wolf, same guy that did all the law and all the New York cop stuff.
Yeah,
now we're just moving it to another city.
Maybe I'm too close to it, and I got
family
there.
Have you not seen the SVU Chicago crossovers?
Yes, and they're all this. Okay, thank you. Like, it's such an eye roll. I'm sorry. I want to like it. I want to. In my heart of hearts, I want to like it. But it's such an eye roll because I see what you're doing. And maybe it's because of my own cynicism. And I'll be the first one to admit this. It's so many Chicago shows. Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago... Next year, Chicago Sanitation. Next year, Chicago DMV. I don't care. Like, I don't. Chicago Law. I don't care. I'm too close to Chicago.
They didn't give Detroit a chance. Our shit got canceled mid-season.
You had Sinestro, and you had my man, you had Lenny. Okay, Lenny James can print money. There, I said it. He's such a good actor. Lenny James, in anything he's in, all right, in my own defense, I learned his name during the pandemic. He's so good of an actor, I never thought to learn his name. I always called him by his characters' names. When he was in Walking Dead, when he was in Low Winter Sun, when he was, whatever he's in, I always call him his character's name. Lenny James is such a good actor where you just, oh, that guy. And even into this case, I'm calling him Sinestro. He's been in
okay, I've seen him, but I can't like flat out say what I've seen him in, but his face is definitely familiar.
You probably saw him Walking Dead.
I never watched him
in Low Winter Sun. He's been in so much stuff where you just
Low Winter Sun, that show wasn't on long enough.
In Low Winter Sun, I will say this though. If you look
I think
hard,
I meant to watch the whole episode, the whole series, but I never did.
If you look hard, well, not Low Winter Sun. He was also in was the Michael Imperiority one on ABC. He was in
Detroit 187. That's what I was talking about. That's what I meant when they said when they got to our show. Our show only lasted canceled mid-season. Yeah, that's what I meant.
If you look hard enough,
the bastard.
If you look hard
enough, he was in it though. Yeah. In
the Lenny James episode, yes, of Detroit 187, you can see a young, budding Sam McClane in that episode.
What?
At the Cast Corridor episode. And my boy Z.I., shout out my man Z.I. from the Act Accordingly podcast from Bash and Z. We childhood friends. since high school, I should say. I don't know if it's childhood, however you put it. He was the clerk in the store of Detroit 187.
Nice.
And I was the corpse in Cass Corridor.
Nice. It was such a blessing when that tax break happened. I ended up being a small extra in a movie. I knew a lot of friends that were getting work. One person was about to open a production studio, and then they pulled the cord.
Yes, they did.
Bastards.
My girl and all right.
It was so much fun, but how much did you like? Was it was a lot of standing around, just waiting, and then the shot only took maybe about 5
even
10 minutes,
5 seconds.
Right
Now,
and then you just stood around more all day. It was like great.
Yeah.
Ours, they fed us.
We got fed too.
That was awesome.
Yeah, we got food too. But here's and I'm not shit talking them. I was 2 roles in that. I was the guy in the red shirt in Cass Corridor, but how they cut it, I'm still the corpse.
Okay.
So I'm the guy in Cass Corridor walking past, pointing to the corpse, which is also me.
And they switched you out for that's
it was how they edited it. It was weird.
Right.
And then the next scene, you see my boy Z in the convenience store talking about the same murder of me and the me that pointed to I know the real story, but when you say that with how they cut it, it was crazy. So
production costs. We only have so many extras, and we got to use them everywhere we can.
Yeah, theoretically, I should have got 3 checks, but here we are. And I want to give a quick shout. And I also got into like the Detroiters as well. I was like the guy. I
never saw that. I never got around to seeing that.
It's on a streaming platform. I don't know what it is. Check it out. It is a show.
Isn't it Comedy Central?
Yeah.
Isn't it Comedy Central show? Okay.
But now I think it's Paramount actually.
Paramount always owns Comedy Central. So
I think
Paramount Plus.
Yep.
Paramount is God. Oh, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, go to StanTronation.com. Click the Paramount button. There we go. Cheap plug. Thanks, Joan. So now we got.
It is. I mean, it's got all the CBS content. It's got the Star Trek, which me and my friends have been saying for years. There should just be. We thought it was at first a cable channel, but now streaming it just a Star Trek network, and there is one.
Yeah.
And just all Star Trek all the time. See, they've got the Star Trek franchise they own because they're Viacom. They've got everything from all of their properties, like Peacock is all of
the
NBC Universal's Universal and all that. So yeah. So I mean, it just makes sense that this should happen. Blame Netflix because that's
one thing that was awesome with that.
Netflix effect.
Yes. I'm a Star Wars guy. In the Star Wars battle versus Star Trek, I know. I can speak.
I don't care either way. I was never into it. I just never. I saw the first movie.
I know enough where I can speak the language of a Trekkie, but 77 episodes will never meet up to a bunch of kick-ass movies. Now, I will admit there are some continuity errors. There are a few, but if you stay with the canon, you're straight. But one thing
see, you're a purist. That's what the movies is. There is a divide in the grouping. Yes, there are the purists, and then there are the people who only know the new films, even though their parents tried to get them to watch the first films. Excuse me.
I went through all of the films. I read the books, the comics.
Yeah, see,
so
you were head in. Yeah, you were.
I could go through a through line.
You drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I saw the first Star Wars movie.
Come on.
In theaters when it came out, 1977. I was 13.
That's how you do it.
And I am dating myself.
I
saw the first movie and I was like, okay, this is fun. Next. I never saw the other 2 sequels that came after that until they hit the ABC Sunday night movie. And you know how long it took for movies to go from theaters to TV.
Had to do at least 5 years. At least 5.
I never saw the other 2 until they hit the Sunday night movie. I didn't care.
Okay.
I was like, no. Okay, it's fun. It's great. I don't hate it. It's just nothing there for me.
The running joke
Star Trek
on the podcast
Greedo shot first.
That me and my my buddy.
There you go. You want to start an argument with Star Wars nerds? Just say Greedo shot first.
Okay. First of all, he didn't.
See, that's what I mean. That's the grenade you throw into the room. Do you understand?
Okay. Joan.
You just run into a room and say Greedo shot first and then run out.
You got me, but do you understand? I heard you the first 2 times in the master class of restraint that I'm exercising right now. That's why I said it real smooth. No, he didn't. Like
exactly. That's what I mean.
I said it real smooth. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
And like one of the biggest.
Just throw that grenade in. I would love to actually physically do
honestly,
that with reality shows. Take a bunch of Star Trek Star Wars nerds. I get stoned for saying that. Throw a bunch of Star Wars people in a room. Put some cameras up. Have somebody running through and say Greedo shot for Greedo and run out.
You know what
and
it is?
Just film what happens and just see what happens.
And I'll tell you in real time. If you go back and watch this podcast and watch this video, that will be posted on YouTube. There's a skin crawling element in my face because I'm looking at this camera where I'm just kind of like, I have to ignore that. I have to ignore that statement because, and then when you said it again, I'm like, okay. That is your friend. That is your friend. That third time, that's when it was very nice. We were just like, no, he didn't. There's such a level of restraint with that because Greedo did not shoot first, and the fact
I don't care.
I know. Look at what I'm doing, Joe.
Calm down, Sam. Calm down.
Okay. I want to tell you why
breathe.
That's such a hot button issue. The reason it's such a hot button issue because it changes shit. We all know Han is a badass, but we're not going to sit here and whitewash the badass that is Han because Greedo, obvious bad guy, air quotes, and one of the biggest things on the podcast, I'm going to take this hard left turn.
Okay.
That we have, me and my boy BK, all you have to do is just say this phrase and 20 minutes of your life is gone.
Obviously I did. No, go ahead.
Yeah, you did. Is Darth Vader a bad guy or a concerned father? He's a very concerned father. I don't even think he's a bad guy. That's just a dude trying to get his kids back.
I don't know these things.
I watched 3.
I dropped this franchise
I know.
And never went on with it.
You understand? I know these facts.
But I'm saying this is how passionate some people are. And then when the divide comes out between the first movies, the original movies, and then the new ones. Oh, I remember when the new ones came out. Oh, there were some salty children.
I was one of those salty people.
Some really salty children.
Oh no, I had minor.
And here's how you test the age in the room. The first Star Wars movie, and see what people say. Because for me, the first Star Wars movie was titled For A New Hope, but that was the first movie. That was the fucking first movie.
No, that's the first movie because 4 is the New Hope. Now we can sit back and we can talk about the prequels.
Oh no, that's how he wrote it, and that's why that thing is drifting out. It's supposed to look like a Saturday afternoon, like old Buck Rogers when you went to the movies to see somehow the titles crawl up the screen. That's what that was his homage to.
Joan, I'm making it plain.
He always planned to do different parts. He just never thought he would get this far. And I know he never thought in his dreams.
As a student of the game, Joan, he wrote the first 3 in a weekend. He had to. Because there was too many continuity errors. Sorry. You know what? No, I'm shutting up.
I never paid that close attention to it to know.
I'm shutting up. Because you got
I don't know.
I'm falling for every trap. I'm falling for, and I know this. I'm falling for all of them. Here's what we're going to do. I love you. So I'm just gonna change the subject. I'll talk about your singing. Please feel free to plug Twitch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't keep talking.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's your prerogative. It's your podcast, bro. But anyway.
I know, but I'm not going to beat you over the head with knowledge that you just plain don't care about.
I have no idea what the
exactly.
It's like you're talking and I'm hearing Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, yes.
Yeah. Because you're igniting.
I have no idea the story. I have no idea the intricacies of the storyline, and I know that that a lot of the lore was in the book series.
Yes.
Before see, I know people that are into it, but I just never paid attention to it.
If you ever want clip notes,
just
I'm
like
right
Lord of the Rings. Okay, it's like I knew people who were hardcore into that when I was in high school. You know, so it's like I knew this. It's like, but I never got that deep into it. The only reason I think I ended up over at somebody's house when they had rented one of the first Lord of the Rings movies. That's the only way I saw it. But the only reason I wanted to see The Hobbit was for Martin Freeman.
Oh my God!
That is the only fucking reason
that man
I wanted to sit through that. And I love me some Martin Freeman.
That man's a national treasure. And everything he plays, whether it be The Hobbit, whether it be in the Marvel series, whether it be
Fargo, baby.
Whatever he's in, he's like maybe this is me. I love a good character actor, which he is, and when he absorbs himself into the role, it makes you feel, for lack of a better term, safe. It's almost like I know this movie's in good hands because Freeman's right there.
Right. That's what I mean. Peter Jackson wanted him so badly that he waited. And usually when actors have like scheduling conflicts, they'll try to recast it. But no, Peter Jackson wanted him so bad. They waited because he was in production with Sherlock.
Right. At
the time. They waited for that to be over for him to be able to do the role. Usually when production come, I'm in this show, so I can't be casting this movie. That's why recasting happens. A lot of recasting because of scheduling conflicts. So no, Peter Jackson's like, no, he's my Bilbo. That's it.
All right. I know we're getting long in this podcast, but Joan, I want to say one more thing about Martin Freeman.
Yes.
Where I feel it needs to be said.
Yes.
Before we do the plugs and everything you're doing, because I want my guys, I want my people, I want Nation to just glom on over to you and Twitch and everything you do. But I'm going to say this about Martin Freeman. All right, first of all, I want to say two things. Whenever you're ready, please come to this podcast, please.
Oh, you know what burns me about that?
Yeah.
He was in my neighborhood at one time, near where I used to live, filming a documentary about Motown, and I had no idea.
Oh, I'm just saying it since I got a mic in front of me. I'm putting it on Front Street. I will do this when it comes down to Martin Freeman. Marvel Civil War. That man was in a movie with two two different Sherlock Holmes. And he was waiting. And he was waiting.
True. Yeah, that was kind of.
Yeah. And he was more important than both of them.
There you go.
Give that man his flowers. All right. But before we get out of here, Joan, I love chopping it up with you. All you got to do is call me. You on this podcast. I love gabbing with my friend Joan. But I want the rest of the world. I want Nation. Sam Show Nation. Cut that off. To see this is you. Please plug wherever you're going to be, what you're doing. Everything, all Joan, everything. That's you. Please go ahead.
Oh, my stars and goddess. Everything.
Legitimately everything. Go ahead.
I stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/vidgirl88, VIDGIRL88. I am a variety streamer. I stream a lot of different games right now. I'm playing Days Gone, my first time playing it. But my default game on Saturdays, I do the Division 2. Tom Clancy's a Division 2. I fucking love that game. So I have to dedicate at least one night to it. And occasionally, at least once a month, I do. Usually, the last Sunday of the month, I do a singing stream, and that's a little bit. I'm starting to enjoy doing that, so I think I'm going to be doing that a lot more.
I'm glad you do, because I've been enjoying it since day one. I love your stories. Like I said, I was baby jealous with those stories, and I love your showmanship. I know what you said about blowing smoke, but you, my girl, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And you, man, you know what it is. You own a mirror. You know you're talented. And it's always a joy to have you on this podcast. You have been on here so many times. In a few minutes, you just gonna punch in. Like you work here at this point, because you've been here so many times. You've been here through legitimately everything. I'm trying to get Tasha in here because she was like, hold on. Here's what she did.
Because I asked about her earlier, you didn't hear me.
Yes, you did. And she said it's so cool. Like, she was cooking something in the kitchen, and then she left and came back or whatever. She was like, "Is that Joan?" All right, before, that's all she said. She's so comfortable with you being on this podcast. All right, I want to say hi to Joan. Just it was so nonchalant. Ask your questions or whatever, because you've been here so long, to the point where she was just like, "I just want to say hi to Joan. I'm gonna fry up this fish real quick. All right, just let me know. Just let me know when I can come in and say hey to her." And I'm trying.
She run the house, don't she? She can come in anytime she wants.
I'm trying. I'm pressing the button. All right. Full disclosure. She got the kid. I'm on my phone right now. I'm trying to be super professional, and quite honestly, and lazy at the same time, because I don't want to edit. So I'm
my God.
I'm trying to text her.
Sony Vegas, brother, is called no. This is audio, not video. Okay.
No, it's video now because of the pandemic. We've been doing a lot of video ones, or whether it be interviews or whatever, and you're going to be up there on the YouTube page, and we're going to talk about this, and because you don't want to say you had makeup and all that stuff.
Well, I'm even if I thought this was just going to be audio, but I'm still not going to step in front of a camera looking like Creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay.
Well. Yeah.
Excuse me.
So I broke. With the fan? Did you just had that just on standby, just ready to go?
Yeah, because it's hot.
Like,
the breeze stopped coming in from the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something, and this is gonna be the dumbest thing I said all day.
Okay.
I'm looking at your screen like I'm looking at mine. 36 degrees. That's Celsius, isn't it? When it says
I don't even know. I think it is. I don't know why the whole background. Why? Because I'm sitting in front of a green screen. I don't know why it's looking like that.
All right, because here's what
This is a background that I got from Canva.
All right,
I got this way back, like early part of the year. I was invited to a Zoom meeting and all this, and I made up this background. And actually, this says isolation day 231. That was actually the actual number of days of the lockdown.
Oh.
So I thought, it was my first Zoom meeting. I'm trying to look somewhat professional.
So I'm looking at.
But yeah, I don't even know if that's accurate.
Now, I figured that out. Isolation. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. The lockdown. But when it says 36 degrees, my mind did this. Oh, she got the AC on. Yeah, she likes it cold.
See, that's not even real.
I went Fahrenheit in my brain. I was like, oh, she just likes it cold. All right, whatever.
Okay. I didn't even see what that is.
There she goes.
It's too damn small. Hey, girl, how you doing?
All right, let me just move out of the way. Here she goes.
You can feel this Corvette cold on my hand. Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Good. You looking good.
Thank you. What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
Come on.
A lot of Star Wars nonsense. I don't know, but
I have my baby Yoda on, so it works.
I'll see. See, I'm not because we were having that conversation. I was never into.
I'm not.
I was
into
never
it either.
heavy.
Baby Yoda's just.
But
Cute.
Baby Yoda's so cute, right? Everybody
Cute.
says he's so cute.
And I want the animatronic one, but I can't find it.
Oh, good Lord! I know somebody that had it.
What's wrong with them?
I saw a streamer that had one because she likes
They had
little.
them at
She had.
Costco for
I don't
20
know where
bucks.
she got
around
it, but it was
Christmas.
like,
I
oh my
could've
God,
bought
it moves.
I want one.
Oh my goodness.
But if I buy it off eBay, it'll be like 70 bucks. I'm not doing that. It's weird.
Well, how much does it norm if you can find? Well, are they rare?
Now it is because I think it was just an addition for around Christmas. Costco had them for $20, and they were like
Oh,
this
okay.
big.
All right.
Oh, okay. Like a tabletop size.
It may be about 18 inches, 18 to 20
Okay.
inches tall. It was a big one, and
Okay.
they were $20. And I'm like, nah, I can wait. And I went back to get them. They didn't have them. So as my grandmother tell you, if you see something you want, just get it, because you waiting is not gonna help nobody.
I want to say this, Joan.
What is that?
One of the things she's done that has
You taste this one?
shat my behind.
Taste that one.
Oh,
Me too.
all right.
Oh,
She's
good Lord.
never watched one episode of The Mandalorian.
I did not.
Neither have I.
Baby,
But-
I was just-
But I know
so
you as
far-
a Star Wars nerd. That just kind of
All right. Oh, switch out.
You-
But I
it's
love
like
Baby Yoda.
it's a disease. You want to infect everyone with it.
But she has never watched. That's not his name. Baby Yoda's not.
She
and-
doesn't
I
have
know.
to.
Goku. I know his name.
I
It's
know.
Goku.
It's the kid.
No, it's Goku, right?
Well, the kid, Goku. At least the kid. At
I
least
know
my
that.
son watched.
But that's okay.
And
But
guess
you,
who's on?
like I
Like,
said, I
stop.
understand.
I am so tired of you talking loud.
Hold on.
I understand it's like a disease and you want to infect everyone, but some people choose not to drink the Kool-Aid. And you have to respect that.
Oh, this your first time meeting me. This clearly is your first time meeting me. This clearly is your first. Wow. I'm patient zero. Talk about infected people. I want y'all.
Respect women.
I respect her. But here's I don't want her. Like, here's what it is. There's so many knees out there. So when you see it, we talked about the gaming thing
Yeah.
earlier. It's so
Well, you
many-
like the memes, like the Baby Yoda memes. I see them all over the place.
So with me, I'm doing this. Girl, protect your neck. Know a little bit. Watch this episode. Like, because when you, like you have done it. When I watch you on Twitch and you shut people down, knowing what you know, I never want to put my wife in that situation where I know how little this is. For the record, I do. But if she shut somebody down on the Baby Yoda thing, so that's why I was just like, his name is Grogu. Come on. Like, I'm feeding her.
So with Twitch, do people get on Twitch to play The Sims?
I don't want to answer that question.
Because if that's the case, I get on Sims. I get on Twitch to play Sims.
I don't want to answer that
Oh
question.
yeah, there's a huge Sims community.
John, why you do that?
He knows I love Sims. I'm like the Sims head.
There's a huge African American Sims community because you can create your own characters.
John, why you do that?
But
Sorry.
I'm
I had a friend who used to play The Sims. I understand it was not my thing, but I just sit there and watch her get lost for hours. And so
I'm
sorry.
glad I recorded this podcast because tomorrow for the rest of the weekend, thank you, Joe. Thank you, John. This is where I'm at. It's going to be Critical Race Theory Sims. Now, thank you, Joe.
No.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I've been playing Sims since we've been together.
That's not the point.
And that's been 14, 15 years.
I know, baby. But the whole point is, now you have a community.
Jill, there's a community you may want to reach out to on Facebook, Black Girl Gamers.
I just only played
But it's
one
just
game.
The Sims, so it's not.
No, it's
Oh,
not
right.
just The Sims. It's us all gamers.
Okay.
Hold up.
No matter
Yes.
what the game, but a lot of if you're into it, there are people. No matter what game, there's a community there to talk about it.
Yeah, that's
And there is a big Sims community. It's all games. It's not just one guy.
Good to know.
but what I'm saying is, in my
But
wife's
it's
case,
all women, Black Girl Gamers.
and
That's their
only
name,
my
Black Girl
wife's
Gamers.
case.
I think you just be mad because you feel like I give the Sims more attention than I give you.
Yes. Yes.
You're just
That-
spoiled.
yes.
You're just
No,
spoiled.
no, I'm put on frustrated. Yes.
Spoiled. I don't win.
Okay.
I
No,
don't
Joe,
win the
Joe,
business
hold on.
Sims.
You started something. You staying with me, dog. It's like this.
Greedo
My
shot
wife
first.
can create a perfect world.
My word is not perfect. My world is ratchet on the Sims.
But it's perfect in your creation.
Uh-uh.
And I don't bet I've seen Sims me. I'm not him. I'm just not. That guy's like 6 foot. He has abs. Like I'm not him. He's quiet. Like I'm not him at all.
Well, our Sims family is now deceased. The whole family.
And then she got mad. She killed us.
No, they died over time. I have my Sims to where they age on their own. I don't control their aging. So
How did I die? I'm curious. How did I die?
Causes. The whole family. Even
Really?
our second child died.
I had more kids.
Yeah, we had 2 kids.
All right. First of all, that's a big bill that I just don't want. Here's what I'm doing. I'm in this podcast. That's what I'm going to do. Because I feel. All right.
It was good
I
to see
feel
you.
the longer this goes on. All right. Is it weird that
One more plug.
Oh,
Well, it's sort of kind of a plug.
go.
I've over the past year, I met with a bunch of singers. We had like a little summit on how to further your careers or do whatever thing. And I was given the idea because I had taught a class on vocal ability and vocal power at like Henry Ford Community College. And the leader of the group said, "Why don't you monetize that? Why don't you put together the course and put it on Udemy?" And I never thought about that, but I had thought about it, but I have been developing an online course for beginning singers and karaoke singers.
Okay.
So once I get that up and running, I'm writing it up and making the curriculum right now.
Right.
Once I get it up, can I come back and talk about
That's
it?
such a hell of an idea. And
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Plug.
I'm here for it. But Joan, I hate to be that guy. We getting around that time.
Closing time.
I know. And I love chopping it up with you. It don't have to be something special. It could just be us shooting the breeze. And man, you're awesome. That's the best way I can say it.
Jesus.
You've been rocking with us for too long now.
With the smoke again. What the?
Hey, you deserve all the smoke. So I'm gonna do this. Stop babbling. You gave me everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hit this red button.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Oh, wait. I'm so worried about you. I forgot my thing. Hey, everyone. SamShowNation.com. For all your things related to the Just Talk with Sam podcast, you can hit us up at Just Talk with Sam, no G in talking. Just Talk with Sam at Gmail. Hit me your questions, comments, concerns, comments and questions. And you can also hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Just Talk with Sam, no G in talking. If you want to holler at my friend, he was on Detroit 187. He was the clerk. Z at the Act Accordingly podcast with Bash and Z. Those are my guys. I have the crossover episode is coming. I have to say that. And hit those guys up. And also anything related to the podcast can be found at samshownation.com. You can talk to me personally on Twitter at samshow11. Joan, thank you so much for coming to this podcast.
Thank you,
girl.
for asking.
Day ones. When you had your day ones come in. That's my girl. Thank you. Anyone under the sound of my voice, whatever she do, whether it be Twitch, whether it be live, whether it be whatever, the world is opening back up. Check out Joan Stevenson. She gave out all of her socials, and I'm going to put it out there when we post this episode. That's my girl. Thank you so much, Joan.
Thank you.
When I hit this red button, I'm not hanging up on you.
Okay. Bye.
But hold on, wait. How do I do this? Oh, I got hit the square. You know what? Here's what it is. I got hit
technology.
the square. Then I can talk to you.
Okay.
Anyway, I will see you guys next week. Peace out.